Hey everybody, if you haven't already watched the video on the 7075 rings from Discovery, you might want to go watch that now, where I mentioned that I'm going to be putting this ED-PRS 5-25 Gen 2 on the smokeless muzzleloader to just really give it a hell of a test to see if it can handle the recoil of a 325 grain bullet at around 3,000 feet per second. I emailed AG Composites to see if my stock is getting close, but I haven't even shot this yet in the chassis, so I mean, it's not a big hurry. But we're going to get this mounted up. On a side note, I do think that front sight's going to have to come off when I'm running an optic because I can see it through the scope. So I really didn't want to have to do that, but it's going to be an issue, so it's going to come off there. Back to the discussion at hand here. The main point of this video, I've had some people ask how to use the leveling shim kit that Discovery sends in this. And the 5-25 is actually a little tricky because there's a lot going on underneath the scope where the flat part's at. You have the locking screw back there, and then the turrets are so big. But you can get it to fit if you go towards the back side, and if you notice, this groove has an angular cut in it and then has a tab. You're going to slide it in, and you almost have to do it from the right hand side of the rifle because you hit that locking screw on the left hand side. Okay, and you want to be just off center of that. See how I'm still a little off kilter here. Let me slide down just a hair. Sorry, this is kind of hard to do. And hold the phone. Okay, there, we've made it past it. So I'm pushed up against the Picatinny rail. Then you're going to take this and you're going to see the logo needs to be up and the angle needs to be on the bottom. And what you're going to do, and I'm just going to give this a little kick so you can see the optic's not level. You're going to slide this in. If you've ever used a spur mount, and you're going to kind of start leveling the optic while pushing in that shim. Okay, and that should make a flat seal. And I know it's still hard to see here, guys. I'm trying to do the best I can here. Try this side. It should fit flush with the bottom of the optic, and everything should be flush on the rail. So the bottom piece of the leveling kit needs to be level to the rail, and then that angular piece needs to be flush to the bottom of the optic. And then you should be level. Okay. Now, don't leave this in when you torque your rings because you'll put it in a bindy and you won't be able to get it out. So just slide it out real easy. Don't move your optic. And you should be ready to torque your rings. And you're going to have to torque evenly. The nice thing about these rings is they do have a torque sequence. And the inch pounds is listed on the ring. So is the rail inch pounds. It's hard to see because it's there it is, but it does give you the 30 inch pounds to your Picatinny rail and 20 inch pounds on your scope caps. So I'll get this all torqued down while trying to keep the crosshairs level, and we should be ready to hit the range with it and start throwing some 325 grain arrowhead bullets. I got to get these sized up. I got the press right there we'll take with us to the range. But we're going to try N530 powder, and I'll let you know how it goes. I'm going to be kind of secretive on the amount of powder I'm using, simply because not all smokeless muzzleloaders are rated for what this one's rated for, and there's a pretty good possibility I'm going to push this harder than even arrowhead rifles would want me to. So I'll be a little secretive on the powder. But there you go, guys. There is the mocked up smokeless muzzy in the temporary Magpul chassis with the temporary Discovery Optics ED-PRS 5-25 Gen 2. Thanks.